Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beer Man's Noble Beer Reviews. Today I have another beer from Royal Bliss Brewing Company out of Denver, North Carolina. This beer is called Denver's First. See there, it's a Pilsner. It is 5.4 ABV. Description says refreshing, crowd-pleasing, and super Denver proud. So I'm hoping this makes other people proud besides just people in Denver. I don't know. But I'm pretty excited to drink it because I've just been drinking sour beers and IPAs all day, so I need a nice crisp lager. So I'm hoping this will do the trick. You see, it pours a really nice crystal clear golden color with a fluffy white head. Ooh. There's a good bit of nice, like, herbal, earthy, noble hop character. I do get a lot of sourdough bread too. Trying to think, it's almost like a croissant. I don't know. There's something about this is reminding me of like a smell of a bakery. But that's like the doughy character underneath, like the hops. It smells really good though. I like it. So the flavor is on point with the aroma. The one thing though that is kind of unfortunate, at least from my liking, is it's a little sweet and it seems a little under attenuated for a Pilsner. Like, because you get everything that you want in a Pilsner in the aroma, but it doesn't have that like dry, snappy finish. It finishes a little sweet. I don't know. I might be second guessing myself. It honestly is kind of tough considering the other stuff that I already had today, because it's kind of, I mean, I do drink water in between every one of them and everything like that, but it's, I think the bitterness in this is being disguised a little bit by the sweetness, and I think that's actually working more than I originally thought. And I will say too, I generally, for most beers in this category, I like them super bone dry. Some people aren't like that, because this isn't overly sweet. It's not so sweet that it's out of style. So I'll say that much. When I say I wish it was a little more dry, that's for my own personal preference. It's not out of style at all. It's not overly sweet and completely under attenuated. It's just a little sweet for what I like, because I like stuff to be just super dry. But it is a super clean Pilsner. So really, this type of beer, again, this is what I said with the West Coast IPA. It didn't fit my exact preferences for that style, but that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the way it was brewed. And this kind of fits into that same category where I wish it was a little more dry, but that's only one negative thing I have to say about it. Overall, it's still pretty good, and for a lot of other people, it might be perfect for this style. And this is probably what they were going for, and they got what they wanted. Because a lot of breweries won't even dare make a regular Pilsner because they know that even though it's such a simple thing, they can't throw crap in it and they can't hide behind anything. They have to, you have to have actual brewing skill to make a nice, clean Pilsner. So a lot of breweries won't even do that. So I give these guys credit for trying, and they did a pretty good job at it for their first run for sure. Um, so this is the third beer that I've had from these guys, and the first one I thought was fantastic. Second one, I thought it was pretty well made. It wasn't necessarily my bag for a West Coast IPA, but I thought it was pretty good. I'd say this is kind of on the same realm. It's hitting the spot right now because this is what I wanted to drink because I was kind of getting tired of sour stuff and IPAs. But on the scale of like best Pilsners ever, this isn't like at the top. I'd give this like a 6.5 out of 10 as far as Pilsners go. But that's saying a lot for this being your first canning run and basically your first couple months of brewing, and it being a style that there's no nothing to hide behind. You just have to make a good beer, and they did do that. It's not top notch, but they've only been open for 2 months, so this is kind of they're a really good example. I know a lot of people say, "Well, give them time to grow." Like no. For me, if you open a restaurant and your food is terrible, you can't say, "Oh, well, we're just going to charge you these prices for a year, and then we'll get better, and then we'll figure it out." Like if that doesn't work for a restaurant, it should not work for a brewery. Um, so this is a really good example. This is not exactly where I want it to be, but it's good enough that I like it, where I would go back and drink this again, and I fully hope and anticipate that they improve upon this. If something's really bad from the get-go, then I'm not going to go back because I question the person's integrity that they would sell a garbage product from the beginning. I don't care if they started or not. Like these guys, I think this could get better, but it's still good. So I don't blame them for selling it. I still think it's a good product, and I really hope that they, just keep progressing and getting better. But I'll get off my soapbox in that one. On my scale of buy, drink, dump, I'm just going to give this one a drink. Only because I think there's better Pilsners available locally to me. But there's a lot of very, very stiff competition in this area. So that is not saying anything negative about this beer. It's just there's a lot of very, very, very good lagers around locally. And there's ones that are better than this, so I would buy those before this. But this is good enough that I would be happy to buy this on tap at a bar at any point in time. But if I was being choosy, I would not buy it. And it's good enough that I feel like they're going to take this recipe and grow with it and actually get a lot better. So these guys are off to a really good start. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see what else they do. But I think that's all I got on this one. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to the next one. Thanks.